With the 2021 anime year coming to a close, I wanted to do something special. I already uploaded my best anime of 2021 video, so it only feels right that I cover the best characters of 2021. So without further ado, I am Tiago with Attack on Tiago, and for today's video, I'll be going over the best anime characters of 2021. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified next time I upload a video. Also, be sure to check out my community Discord server. It is rapidly growing. The link is in the description below. Before I begin the video, I have a few things I want to say. Again, I haven't seen every anime this year, so I can't pick characters from anime I haven't seen. Also, I've only picked one character per series. Lastly, I bet my list will be different than your list, so please let me know in the comments who your favorite characters of the year are. Starting off the top 10 is Gen Asagiri from Dr. Stone. Gen was an enemy turned ally on Senku, our protagonist, and was formerly a mentalist before the world turned to stone. Even though the spotlight on the season was the battle ensuing between Senku and Tsukasa and how to outduel the other, Gen was the spotlight for me. In a world of brilliant minds, Gen is intelligent in a different way than some of the others. He's very good assessing situations and reading people's behavior, and also happens to be quite the strategist. At the same time, he's pretty unpredictable and very entertaining to watch. He may have not stood out as much as he did in Season 1, but he did enough for me to make the list. Next at number 9 is Vivy from Vivy Fluorite Eye's Song. Vivy is the first autonomous AI, and she appears more human-like than the other standard AIs at the time. Vivy's mission is to make everyone happy with her singing by putting her heart into it, which is tough for Vivy since she doesn't have one. It is Vivy's journey through that makes her such an interesting character, as she goes through many trials and tribulations on this 100-year journey of hers to save humanity. And through all that, we see her become more human and learn more about herself, which sounds like a typical robot becoming more human trope, but I think it was done very well here and paced better than many I have seen. Coming in at number 8 is Vladilena Milize from the anime 86. Vladilena, or Lena for short, is a commander of the Spearhead Squadron of the 86th District, whom she communicates with via a long-distance device. Lena is a member of the Alba race and is one of the only people who treat non-Albians with respect and dignity. Lena is an excellently written and designed character in the series. While her initial appearance is that she's friendly, polite, and informative, when at the same time she's a very driven and strong individual. She has to deal with both the Albians and her empire against her commitment to helping the 86th District and also dealing with leading the Spearhead Squadron in military operations. She is a great character and number 8 on my list. Next up at number 7 is Vanitas, the main character of Case Study of Vanitas. Vanitas is an average human being who holds the powerful Book of Vanitas, which can heal vampires of their curse. Vanitas was also named after the legendary vampire, Vanitas. Vanitas isn't like your typical shonen protagonist, where he's just focused on getting stronger and have that level of determination. Instead, he blends the line of anti-hero with many of his decisions, which makes his partnership with Noe ever more interesting. He's a very entertaining character with many unpredictable tendencies, and right now he is the most interesting part of the anime. I'm really looking forward to see what they do with Season 2 in his character, as I am a manga reader and I have high expectations. Missing out on the top 5 and placed at number 6 is Joe from Megalobox. Joe is the main character of the series, and began as a boxer that did not use any of the advanced gear that the other boxers were using. But in Season 2 this year, Joe is no longer champion due to his loss and is fighting in underground matches. Joe this season is a very different character than how we saw him in Season 1. He was a lot more motivated and driven compared to now, where he seems to have hit his lowest point ever. His journey and growth, from seeing someone who climbed up to the top and fell, to try and make his life meaningful again, was a beautiful arc for his character. I loved his interactions with Chief, a fellow boxer who's struggling to make money for his community. I love Joe's character this season. Starting off the top 5 is Rudeus Greyrat from the isekai hit Mushoku Tensei. Even though I feel like I've explained this multiple times on my channel, I can get into Rudeus as a character. He has been reincarnated into a fantasy world as a baby, and essentially has a knack for magic. His growth through the series has been very interesting to watch, as in a lot of ways he feels like an RPG protagonist. His journey through this immense world and seeing his growth and adaptability to it has carried this story so far for me. Even though Rudeus may be a bit of a perv, his character has been very entertaining to watch and root for.
大丈夫ですよ。僕に任せてください。
必ずこの子、エリスをあの家に連れて帰る。
Next up at number 4 is Gugu from the emotional masterpiece To Your Eternity. Gugu is a young boy who, through the act of trying to save his crush, had a log fall onto his face, damaging it. So he wears a mask to cover it up. He currently works for the Booze Man's shop. Gugu's backstory and his growth is what cemented him here. From how he got his scars, to when him and his brother were working as servants, everything was a challenge for him in his life. Until he met Fushi, the main character. And there we see the sad character's growth in becoming more confident in learning to not be ashamed of who they are anymore and embrace it. In a lot of ways, Gugu's character is most responsible for so much of Fushi's growth in the story.
いや、そうでもないよ。
無理しないで。
花。
Now, number 3 is Bojji from Ranking of Kings. Bojji is a deaf prince of the kingdom and is next in line to be king. Only problem is the whole kingdom doesn't believe he's strong enough to do it, and even makes fun of him. Bojji shares a lot of his similarities actually with Gugu as a character, in that both are characters that have sad backstories and are looked down upon by people, but are trying to not only learn about themselves, but be strong. But what I think is done better with Bojji is his journey. From being shunned by his entire kingdom to assassination attempts on him, Bojji's facing nothing but challenges on his way to trying to get stronger to prove himself to the kingdom that he can lead and be courageous. And his relationship with Kage, the shadow assassin, is also truly beautiful to watch. We have reached the top 2, and starting it off is Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. Eren was a survivor of Titan attacks on his home, and has since joined the Scouting Corps to defeat Titans and protect the walls. But with the reveal of there being more to the world outside the walls, including the new threat of Eldians, Eren changes. Where do I start with Eren's character this season? He's nothing like the brash and angry Eren we saw in early Season 1. Eren is now calculating and patient as he planned and waited years upon making his move on Paradise Island. And it's his conversation with Reiner that actually cements him here, as Reiner is trembling at the sight of Eren. Eren is calm, taking his time and gaining the information he needed. His ideology has changed and has made him truly an interesting character to see what he has planned next. But he is not number 1.
座れよ。では、僕が先に戻ってますね。いや、ファルコ。お前もここで話を聞くんだ。
Instead, coming in at number 1 is Mikey from Tokyo Revengers. Mikey is the deuteragonist of the story. He is the president of the Tokyo Manji gang and is partially responsible for Hinata's death in the future. I love Mikey. So much so that I made a whole video on Mikey, which is linked in the top right. But anyways, Mikey is an overpowered character done right. as you see his complexity and struggles with his dark temptations, while also trying to lead a gang of over 200 members at one point in the series. And yet again, everyone fears him and respects him at the same time, since he not only earned that, but he has demonstrated his strengths time and time again. I wish the anime animated some of his scenes better, as in the manga they are truly epic, but nevertheless, that doesn't change Mikey from being not only the best character of the year, but one of my personal favorite characters of all time. Well everyone, that is it for the video. Who is your favorite character of the year? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be on the lookout for the next video, 2021 anime tier list, going over all the anime I saw this year. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. I am Tiago with Attack on Tiago, and I hope you all have a nice day.